Greetings everyone, EgyptianViking here, playing the third turn as House Lannister in the Westeros Total War Hotseat. This turn will be a little bit special since this is a post commentary. My microphone was turned off during the entire turn, but let's go. So House Tully offers me this. I will accept, but I will take away the princess offer because I want my princess to remain to me. House Greyjoy is replaced by Matt Blue Shift, and he is sending a diplomat to me. I'm sorry for the fast pace, I need to keep up with the video here. Alright, so I got a suitable prince and I will keep that one for later. And things are looking good here. This will be a long turn like the previous ones as well. So I will begin by trying to take Seagard. And this battle here is really difficult. And that is because I have to kill a lot of enemy forces. And they keep running away. And if too many of them run away, then I cannot take Seagard. So I will begin by besieging Seagard. I will take one crossbowman unit and one archer unit, plus the spearmen I used initially. And then I will take Jaime Lannister and only him. And I will use him to attack this ambushing army right here. I will try to record this post commentary in one go, but the video is like about 49 minutes, so I will surely mess up what I want to say sometimes. So I will make a few jump cuts in the commentary. All in all, this is a very nice turn. I am pretty happy with it. It didn't turn out exactly as how I wanted it to do, but I won't spoil too much. You will have to watch the rest of the video to know what I talk about. Right now I will try to aim for these crossbowmen first, because they are the ones that can cause me most damage. Or actually their only unit, which is concerning to me, so I need to get rid of them. In this battle I want to kill as many as possible, but if I kill over 85% of the forces, that means that the enemy army will they will get utterly destroyed. And if they get destroyed, that means that they won't retreat back to Seagard, and if they don't, then I can't take Seagard this turn. So I need to make them rout and kill as close as 85% as possible, but I cannot kill more than 85% of the enemy army. So I will let these crossbowmen go, because I know that they won't come back because then their numbers are too few. And now I only have the infantry left to deal with, so that's pretty easy. I have tried to play this turn quite a lot of times already, and it's a really difficult turn because the battle of Seagard, not this battle but the battle after this one, it's really hard to win it. Actually not, it's really easy to win, but it's hard to win with the specific conditions that I want. I will talk about that some more in the next battle. But I can say this at least: in this turn there will be five battles. At first I wanted to play 8 battles this turn, because in theory I am able to defeat House Tully this turn. Yes, you heard it right. But it's just too difficult to do it. I can surely do it if quick saves were allowed, and this wasn't a recorded turn, because then I would have like an infinite amount of tries for every battle. I could just try like say 10 times in one battle and then I win, then I can save and try the next battle, but it doesn't work like that here. So you only get one try to win all battles. And even if I somehow managed to win all battles and defeat House Tully this turn, then I would have lost too many troops, and House Stark has a huge army nearby, so I don't think it's a tactical... I don't think it's smart of me to defeat House Tully right now, but I will cause a lot of damage to him this turn, that's for sure. So at the end of the turn he should have only the twins left. Or actually that's not true. At the beginning of his next turn he should only have the twins left, if everything works out the way I want them to do. I am not super happy with how this turn ended up, but I'm not ashamed of it either. It's a hard turn, so I'm pretty happy with what will happen. And here goes the enemy captain. I will not say general, because that's not really a general. And that means that the morale has lowered for their units, so that will make it easier for me to make them rout. So I will try to do that, and I will also need to be careful because I don't want to kill too many of his men. So I need to keep an eye on the percentage there, and I have 65% of the enemy killed right there, I think. Okay, these guys are running away, so they only have one unit left now. It shouldn't be too difficult to make them rout. They're already wavering. I remember that when I played this, which was yesterday, I had a really tough time making this last unit rout, because, yeah, as you saw there, I killed exactly 85% of the army. But fortunately for me, I killed some of those guys after the battle actually was done. So the real number was 80% of the army that I killed, which means that I killed below 85%, and now the enemy will still have their army left, and they will retreat back to Seagard. But of course Seagard is under siege, so they cannot get inside Seagard. So I can lift the siege and then attack them with my cavalry force here. And this battle is really difficult, because I need to kill their general and kill a lot of their guys as well. And the reason, if you're wondering why I don't use a bigger force for this, and why I don't use Jaime Lannister to lead the force, is because if I have too many units or use Jaime Lannister to lead the army, then I will lower the enemy morale too much, and they will just rout instantly, or rather they will rout too easily. And that means that this battle will become much more difficult to win. Sorry, I cannot speak properly. I should have maybe made a cut there, but I'm too lazy to do it. I just want to get this commentary done. Yeah, sorry about that. So I will begin by charging this small force here, which is the remaining forces from the previous battle. I will use my cavalry only for that, or rather I will use only my cavalry to do that, while I at the same time use my crossbow, archer and spear unit to march up. Of course my spear unit is not moving right now, but I don't know that yet. And there goes the enemy captain, and I think all of his units are routing now. Nah, not yet. Okay. These hedge knights, which I am controlling right now, they are pretty weak, so I don't want them to face the spearmen for too long. I don't want to waste my cavalry. They are really important to have. Especially if House Stark wants to attack me on his turn. Because when this turn is done, I will not have that many forces left. So there is always a possibility that House Stark will use his full stack to attack me. Okay, so that was the easy part of this battle. I haven't failed that part in any of my tries. I have tried this battle, I seriously think I have tried this battle 10 times. But most of those times were as a test. That means that I wasn't recording, I was just testing out the turn. And I got pretty upset, or rather annoyed, because this battle is really difficult to win under the right conditions. The thing is, I cannot let more than 35 or 34, I can't remember. I think it's 34 of their guys escape. If 34 of their guys escape or more, that means that I cannot win the battle. If their general survives, I cannot win the battle. So I basically need to almost lose the battle myself before killing them. Because if I do it in any other way, that means that their fast cavalry will always get away, or that I cannot kill enough men in time before they waver and rout. And I cannot use more men either. I will just have to accept that I will take a few casualties on this one. I use my cavalry here to surround his cavalry. Unfortunately, 4 of them get away. What I want to try to do is to use my infantry to lure away his infantry so they can just run around. But unfortunately for me, my infantry got stuck by his cavalry, and now my infantry is facing his infantry. I will try to do charges here with my cav, but I still need to use some of my cav to kill the crossbowmen. I will use my archer and crossbowman unit to kill his horses, or cav. And I really need for his general to die. If the general survives, then I cannot win this battle. Or actually I can win, but I cannot take Seagard this turn. My guys actually rout here, which is pretty amusing to me. Because when I tested this, not once did my guys actually rout. But then again, I had Jaime Lannister leading the army many times when I tested, so I got higher morale and stuff. But my guys are actually routing my spearmen, my archer unit, and soon I think that my crossbowman unit will rout as well. But I will just I will not care about that for now. I will just try to focus down his general because he really needs to die. So I will use one more cavalry unit to reinforce the battle versus his general. And fortunately for me, my spearmen came back. That's really good. So I will try to keep them up on the hill here. And his general is routing. Oh shit. So if his general gets away, that means that I have to replay the turn. Of course, his general is really difficult to kill as well, and he's really quick. So at this point I was pretty discontent. But I actually caught up to his general and killed him. So I became really happy at this point. His cavalry came up to me and I surround them. I don't want to shoot his infantry. I will try to lure them away for now until I have dealt with his cavalry.
The battle is very much in our favor.
And his cavalry is now routing, and I want to try to kill as as many of them as possible before they get away. Which is not that easy because they are super fast. I think that they are light cav. And I think a handful of them got away, like 5, maybe 6. I have killed 73% of the army. I think that I have to kill around 91% for it to count as a victory. Or rather for that to count as a victory for me where I kill enough men. And this is... You may think that now I have pretty much won the battle, but no. It's still a tricky part left, because these guys are almost wavering. Yeah, they are wavering now, so I cannot shoot them anymore. And if they rout before I have killed 91%, that means that I cannot take Seagard. So I really have to like charge them from every direction at the same time to kill as many as possible before they finally rout. If I engage them, they will rout very quickly, so I need to surround them and charge. I think that's my best option here. Apart from all this, I might talk a little bit about this hot seat in general. Okay, so I will ask myself the question, who do I think will win this hot seat? Okay, wait a second. Okay, as you saw there, I actually managed to kill above 90%. So yeah, 95%, there you go. I actually won the battle, and Seagard is now completely empty, so I can just walk right into it, and I'm super happy, because this only happened 2 times for me out of my like 12 tries with this battle. Yeah, I will execute everything. Okay, and right here I think I will stay here and think a bit, because I couldn't remember if I wanted to sack it or occupy it. I mean, to sack it is preferable, but if you destroy too many buildings, then you want to maybe occupy it instead. Alright, so who do I think will win this hot seat? Well, obviously I would have to say Legend of Total War. That is not only because he is a legendary good player, but that is also because he has got the only faction, I think at least, it's the only faction which has horse archers. And in a hot seat where siege equipment or spies are unavailable, then horse archers are even more OP than usual, I would say. Yeah, I don't need to say more than that, I think. But I will try, of course, my very best to win this hot seat. And right now things are looking very good. I think I am the only one who has actually engaged in any battles yet. Well, except for House Tully. But soon House Tully will be dead. If everything goes correctly. Of course, I will not kill them in this turn, which was my first plan. But I will just lose too many guys, and it will be like almost impossible to do it in one go while recording at the same time and commentating. So I gave up on that idea. What I want to do here is I want to attack their ambushing army, but first I want to gather my 2 units here, or 2 forces, into one army. But I make a huge mistake. I actually accidentally engage them with without the mountain in and his horses. And what's even more important is that I forget to besiege Fairmarket before I attack them. Yes, I wanted to use my spear unit here on the left to besiege Fairmarket and make a draw out like I did in the Battle of Seagard. So yeah, I messed up big time here, and that means that if I win this battle, then his army will retreat back to Seagard. Sorry, Fairmarket. But the thing is that the Battle of Seagard, it's really hard for me to win that one. I don't know a good way to win that battle, so I only have like, out of my 12 times I won 2 times, so I have 1 in a 6 chance of winning that battle, according to my statistics. And so I didn't want to replay the turn. And I actually got a pretty smart idea while I played this battle here. I thought that if I kill enough men, but make sure that his general is still alive, then his units will retreat back to Fairmarket. However, I will besiege Fairmarket, and if I besiege Fairmarket, then he can't do anything to stop me. Why is that, you may ask? Well, that is because he will have defeated units inside of Fairmarket. And House Tully comes after me in the turn order, and if you come after someone in the turn order and they defeat your forces, then the game engine actually prevents you from moving those forces the next turn. So he can't move his forces, and since they are inside the same settlement as he has undefeated forces, if I besiege the settlement, which is Fairmarket, then all units will be considered as defeated if he tries to attack my besieging force. I don't know if I explain this in a good way, but the main idea is that if I besiege Fairmarket, he can't do anything about it. And if you watch his turn, you will probably see that that's correct. So I will try to kill like everything he has except his general. I think I need to make a cut here because I want to eat something. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So my army is very intact, whilst his army is pretty much done with already. I will actually engage his general again. I don't know why I did that, it's really risky, he only has 4 guys left. Of course, okay, I do know why I did that. I did that because I was stupid. I didn't really think that through. But in the end I was lucky that his general didn't actually die in this battle. I will actually exit the battle here, and I will explain why. Before I exited the battle, I had killed 79%. I didn't want to kill too many of his forces. And since this was an ambush battle, he actually initiated the battle. So when I pressed the exit battle, I actually forced a victory. Because he was the one attacking, and if I end the battle, that means that I have won the battle. So it's like a secret way of making an auto-resolve where you always win. I think at least that you always win when you do like that. We are not allowed to do any auto-resolves, but that doesn't count as an auto-resolve. I only exited the battle after playing it manually. Okay, so now I will besiege Fairmarket and I will build siege equipment. And he can do nothing about that. Then there is a huge battle left, but I will take that in a little while. For those of you wondering how I would be able to kill House Tully in one turn, well, what I was supposed to do if I wanted to kill them completely was to attack the Blackfish, who is hiding with a huge force here in the forest. And if I attack him and he retreats back to the Twins, I can make a draw out there as well. Of course I will lose a lot of guys by doing that, so I will not do it. I think it's my best option to not do it actually. Okay, so here is the battle. He has got 5 generals in the battle and 2 other cavalry units as well. So this battle is actually really difficult. My general has like no command at all. So my general is really bad. And he is actually the best one. I have 3 generals in this battle and they all suck. But this battle is not too difficult, because remember, they are in an ambush stance. So that means that I can exit the battle anytime I want and I will still get a victory. I was very unlucky here. There are 2 things that can happen in an ambush battle. You can either detect the ambush and get like a normal battle, or you can get ambushed like I did here, where your units are spread out. And yeah, I was unlucky. So I will try to do the best of the situation here. They have a lot of forces here on my right flank, which is a bit concerning. I will just try to micro everything I have. Of course, I do a pretty bad job at it right now. As long as I use my spearmen against their cavalry, things should work out pretty good. I do have the numbers, but they have, but I have a morale disadvantage. Not only because my general is crap, but also because they are ambushing me, and then you get a morale penalty for your units. So here there's just like a big cluster of units all attacking each other, and I will try to use my crossbowmen to fire at their generals. And whenever I see a unit which is not fighting, I will try to find a place for them in the battle. Even though I use spearmen against their generals, they are still slaughtering my guys, because the general's bodyguard in this mod are really good. Over here in the background you can see that they actually managed to catch my archers with their general's bodyguard, and they are attacking them, which is really bad for me, so I need to send a few units over there to assist them. These spearmen are not engaged in a fight currently, so I will move them in to assist some other units. These generals, I will pull them out of there because I don't really want them to die. Yes, these generals do suck, but even bad generals are better than no generals at all, so I will try to keep them alive. One of their generals is quite bloody and he's trapped by my spearmen, so hopefully he will die pretty soon. I will use my 2 generals to make some hammer and anvil charges from behind. But I still need to be a little bit careful because they have lost a lot of men already. At any time I want, I can end the battle, so I will just continue it until I feel that I am happy with the results. Or if I am on my way of losing the battle, I will also end it. It would be really good, however, if I could kill a few of their generals before ending the battle. That would be great. Of course, this whole battle could have been played a lot better by me, but I am really bad when playing big battles such as this one. I always tend to lose a lot of guys if I play big battles. That is why I prefer to use smaller forces when attacking, like I did in the first battle with Jaime Lannister against 4 units, I think it was. Of course that only works if you have cavalry, otherwise you cannot really initiate such battles. I will just try to continue this battle. It's pretty even actually, but I think that I will win in the long run if I continue the battle. So I will actually continue, and I will attack them wherever I can, and at the same time I need to be careful so that my generals don't die. My units are very spread out, so I will need to try to regroup them. It will of course be easier if the battle for the most part is in one place instead of 10 different places. Okay, let's speculate a little bit what I think in this hot seat. Who do I think will be the first one to go? Well, as it looks now, of course I have to say that House Tully will be the first one to be defeated in the hot seat. And here I will exit the battle, because I saw that 2 of their generals just died, which was really good, and that was what I waited for and hoped for. So I exit the battle, which made it to like auto-resolve, even though I didn't auto-resolve it. And Brynden Rivers, Brynden Tully, aka Blackfish, actually died, and they got a new heir and a new Lord of Riverrun, and the new Lord of Riverrun is actually Walder Frey. Yeah, that old scumbag Walder Frey, which is pretty fun. I think that I actually killed his entire house, so that the House Frey is now controlling the twins. But yeah, I think that House Tully will be the first one to go, and after House Tully, maybe like House Stannis, because he only have so few regions. Yeah, I think that's very likely. Or maybe House Joffrey if many factions attack him at the same time, like House Stannis and House Renly try to attack him at the same time. And by the way, about House Joffrey, he has actually besieged Maidenpool, which is a region of House Tully in the east, near King's Landing. I said that he should besiege it, or I would do it otherwise, and he actually besieged it with a huge army, so House Tully cannot defeat that army. So as it looks now, House Tully only has the twins left, and then Fairmarket, which is under siege and will fall, and Maidenpool, which is under siege and will fall before House Tully's turn is up. I think that House Tully is almost the last one in the turn order. So House Joffrey will play before that. I will move up some of my forces. I will not put Jaime Lannister inside Seagard or the fort. That is because if my calculations are correct, then the fort together with Seagard are actually blocking the way. If someone, that is to say House Stark or House Tully, wants to attack me, then I don't think they can do it without having to besiege Seagard or my fort first. I really hope I am not wrong in this assumption, but I don't think I'm wrong. I actually didn't test it, but I should be correct here. I hope that I am.
As you wish. March to exhaustion, sire. Continuing. Hail my king. Hail my
yeah, I'm not scared of his force because they are defeated, so they can't move.
Your will, sire.
And now I am done with most battles this turn. There is actually one more battle, but I will play that in a little while. First I will just mobilize my units, and what I want to do is to try and move mainly cavalry and archers towards the front, and the front is towards the remaining units of House Tully. I want to get rid of House Tully as quickly as possible. And a really nice thing is that now he's got a defeated force, which is not garrisoned in any fort or settlement. And I will attack that army on my next turn. And if he doesn't do anything to protect himself from it, then I can make a forced draw out on the twins my next turn. There are a few things he can do to make himself safe. He can either have House Stark build a fort wall for him, or he can build a fort wall as well with his last family member, Walder Frey, which is really funny. If he builds a fort wall, then I cannot make a forced draw out on the twins. I can only make a forced draw out on one of his forts. So if he is really smart, then he does that. Otherwise, I don't see a future for him after my next turn. So it will be interesting to see if I can defeat House Tully next turn or not. Another way for him of staying alive could be if someone wants to gift him a region somewhere, but then again his faction leader must survive, or at least some member in his family. And right now he only has 2 family members, and Fairmarket will fall, so he only has 1 family member left. And here is the last battle. I besieged this settlement last turn, and now I will take it, and I shouldn't lose too many men by taking this. Of course I know how many men I lost because I have already played it, because this is post commentary, but I can say that it was a pretty clear victory. Not a super interesting battle, but it has to be played. We cannot auto-resolve any battles. We have to play them all manually. It will be interesting to see what the other players will do in the future, because currently I am the only one who has attacked someone. I am a pretty aggressive player. I need to keep up my momentum. I always need to be at war with at least one faction, otherwise I cannot really play the game. That's my way of playing. I need to be at war with someone all the time. So I don't know yet what I want to do when and if House Tully is defeated. I am allied to the Greyjoys. Sorry. Actually, I'm not yet, but I will be soon. And I'm allied to House Joffrey, and I'm allied to House Arryn, and I am allied to House Tyrell. So it's only logical for me to go to war with House Stark. Of course, House Stark has a lot of forces, and his regions are really spread out, so it will take a long time to defeat him if I were to do that. So I'm not sure if that's a really good option or not. But if he attacks me, then I will, of course, go to war with him. Keep in mind that we are actually officially at war according to the diplomacy, but the diplomacy has been there from the start of the campaign, or the hot seat, so there is not much we could have done about that. So even if it says on the paper that we are at war, we haven't actually fought any battles, so officially we cannot really say that we are at war. Not yet, at least. So if he decides to maybe try to ally me, then I will have a hard time trying to decide what I want to do. If he wants to ally me, then if I accept I am allied to too many factions, and that's not good, then I would be forced to actually backstab someone if I didn't choose to attack House Renly for some reason, but I don't want to attack House Renly. They are too far away, I think, and it's not a good option to do that. I cannot say anything else, I think, at this point without spoiling any plans. I do have some secret plans with some players. They're not super secret plans, but still I don't want to give anything away. You know, snitches get stitches, so I won't say anything. I will do a jump cut here, because I need to take a break, so I will be right back with you. I am back and the battle seems to be almost won, so I will send in most of my units now. It does have spearmen, so I need to be a little bit careful. I can always have a really bad luck and one of my generals gets killed in the very end. That has actually happened a few times before in other battles and other hot seats. But it's pretty safe to just charge in everything I have. I surround him from all sides, so there's not really much he can do. The general's bodyguard are really tough to kill in this mod, so he shouldn't be able to kill my general. He really shouldn't. Now we are actually near the end of the turn. According to my timer here at least. It's about 8 minutes left of the turn. And yeah, it's not really something special that I will do during these 8 minutes. So you can probably stop watching now if you want to save some time. What I do is basically to build units wherever I can. I haven't built a single building at all since the beginning of this hot seat. And that is because the buildings takes forever to be built in this mod. If you think this is a big mistake by me, then please tell me so in the comments. Or actually, I'm not sure why I'm saying this right now, because you will probably be watching this when my turn 6 or turn 7 is up, because we released the turns 3 turns behind. So it's probably very late to say this now, but what I can do is to put a comment on turn 1 when I upload it. I will upload it in a few days from now, so when I upload turn 1 I will put a comment there telling me if you think it's a mistake that I don't build any buildings. But I will actually build my first building here in Salt Ponds, and that is a port. Ports are really useful, and it will be my first and only port on the east coast of the map. And that's why I think this port will be very important. It's my only way of getting ships on this side of the map. Otherwise I would have to go around the whole map, and that's not a realistic option for me. I will continue to build watchtowers around my borders. I will put Lannister there because I want to build some watchtowers with him next turn. I will actually stay in Harrenhal to gain some free upkeep with those units, and I will use my cavalry to march towards the front, and this general as well. I cannot remember if I actually put something in my fort or if I left it empty. I'm talking about my fort a little bit more to the south. I will recruit a diplomat here and not anything else. I actually think I left my fort empty, which is pretty interesting that I did that. I will not build anything. I don't think buildings is worth investing in this mod, because they take too long to build. And in a hot seat you want to be fast, and I don't think that buildings is a good thing in this mod. You can already recruit good units from the start. That's why I'm not building anything. Right now I'm just looking for the best way to spend my remaining gold, or dragons I think it's called, in the Westeros world. I am super excited for season 6 of Game of Thrones. I have heard it's going to be a great season, but of course the producers like to say that every year. But this time they're claiming it's really true, so I suppose I'll just have to wait and see for myself. But it's such a long time left though. I wonder if it already has begun airing the time you are watching this turn. If it is, then you are very lucky. For me it's 81 days left until the show airs its first episode of season 6. And I cannot wait. Every day is a struggle. Yeah, I am a big fan of both the show and the books. So I have to wait a lot. I am also waiting for the book, the 6th book, Winds of Winter, which I have been waiting for several years already. But you know, some people have been waiting since the start. I think the first book, which is equivalent to the first season of Game of Thrones, I think that was published in 1997, and the book series is still continuing. So yeah, some people have been waiting quite a long time. I'm messing up my words so badly in this turn. I have a cold as well. I will blame it on that. I will actually not accept my this one, the prince. I will decline it. I think I can get a better general of that. And I also want to use my princess a bit as well, I think. Princesses are the best agent in this mod, because we can only recruit diplomats. And princesses they are like diplomats, but they can steal generals, and that's why they are so good. So I want to keep my princess alive. I will only marry her to a prince if I desperately need that general that exact turn. But right now I think I can manage without that general. Even if House Stark decides to besiege Seagard next turn, I think that I can beat him with my current units in position. Okay, I think that we are done with the turn right now. I have moved every unit I want to move, and I think every agent as well, and I don't need to build anything. So yeah, I think we're done. House Tyrell is next. Thank you all for watching. I will see you in part 4. Bye.